Greetings world. We are anonymous. For years, a war has been raging within the urban streets of the United States. It was not until the events of Ferguson and Baltimore, when this war ceased. Before we speak any further, we are not declaring war against the Crips, the Bloods or any other gang, nor are we asking them, or you, to do X. This message is aimed at those who have not been informed of a truce between the Bloods and the Crips. We are here to send a message of reason to those who have not heard of the Crips and Bloods standing shoulder to shoulder with the common man in the streets of Baltimore and Ferguson. From now on, the Bloods and the Crips are not gangs, but freedom fighters. Ridding scum and poverty off the streets, they now claim to serve and protect, bringing about knowledge and positive change. We encourage other rival gangs to do the same, to unify with one another, and to stand alongside the common man, and to fix the system the powers that be have broken in order to exploit you and your family. By no means is this a call to arms against a system that has not only blemished society, but has not listened to the people's demands. As we've stated, we are not ordering no one to do X, Y and Z. We are only here to inform you, specifically to other gangs that have bitter rivalries. The actions the Crips and Bloods have taken in Ferguson and Baltimore are prominent in battling the last problem the United States holds. Hence, we highly encourage others to do the same. Whether you are an individual or a gang, we must stop the war on the streets and with each other and focus our time and efforts to those barely getting by. To jump to the point, this message is delivered to you by common citizen. We are you, and you are us. We seek the best future for our children, for yours, and for others. We ask those who have enemies to forge a truce of honor, for the sake of your future, and your grandchildren's future. For all of our families, fighting with one another has gotten us nowhere. The Crips and Bloods have seen that through and through. It only gives the figureheads even more leverage to oppress the individual trying to get an education, trying to get a job, or trying to communicate with others. For years, citizens have seen gangs as the scum. We are entering a period in this generation where gangs are converting into freedom fighters. Ever since the truce these two groups have placed on the table, the United States has steadily decreased in crime. Thus, we are finally, after years of arguing and bickering over needs and territory, we are finally looking at the source, the problem, the root. We have a voice, and one voice can shatter the world. Martin Luther King, Tupac, Muhammad Bouazizi and Malala have proven such a feat. Together, we can bring necessary change in a stable balance of power between government and citizenry. Cooperation is key. The Arab Springs is one example of unison. Yet, many call it a failed revolution. Respectively learning from their mistakes, the citizens from the United States are more than willing to coordinate a plan of action if there ever needs one. Ever since the Crips and Bloods have united and have focused their efforts in aiding the common citizen, the last piece of the puzzle has been finally solved concerning the problem within society. If America ever has an uprising, it will never have happened if it wasn't for the truce these two groups, the Bloods and the Crips, have shook hands on. Again, other gangs must take note of this. We must stop facing one another, and face the root of the problem, the source. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the Crips and Bloods. We are the common citizen. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
They see me, they know that every day when I'm breathing, it's for us to go farther. You know, every time I speak, I want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like, they know what I'm going to say because it's polite. They know what I'm going to say. And even if I get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Ain't that what we're supposed to do? I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world. But I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody's going to clean it up.